Next is French Thompson.
Good afternoon, Mayor Lane, Vice Mayor Millhaven, City Council. This photograph up here is a real interesting visual. I'm in the jewelry industry. I'm in retail. We've got some serious problems in downtown Scottsdale and the Arts Districts with lack of parking. On the right-hand side in the black marking is a project that is slated to be built in the downtown Arts District. Those little pie shape and little square is a little over 300 units. All of those yellow dots over there, that neighborhood right there, that whole entire neighborhood is the equivalent of those 300 plus units. This little bit closer photograph, every one of those little tiny dots is a Google's Map car that's parked on the street. All of those homes have either a single carport or a two-car garage or a carport. Those are just the overflow cars. Those aren't the ones in the garages. Those aren't the ones in the carports. But 315 units have that many cars on the street parked there during the day. If this project that's going to be built in the downtown, which I would really like to see built, if they can't provide enough parking for the overflow and the tenants that are living there, I don't make $1 million piece of jewelry because I can't sell it. So if you have a developer that can't build the product that's needed to be there to take care of the overflow, they really probably shouldn't be doing it. I mean, seriously, if you look at this visual, I went and spent 2.5, 3 hours putting a little pin on every single one of those cars. Those are 290 cars parked on the street in that neighborhood, and that neighborhood is just about 3 blocks away from where this is getting built. So this isn't comparing someplace that's not in the neighborhood. This is the neighborhood. This is how many cars are in the neighborhood. These are how many cars are parked on the street in that neighborhood. If you think they can build 315 units and not have this spillover and have that go into the downtown parking, you're not looking at reality. This is the reality. That's literally 290 cars in the middle of the day parked on the street and not in the garages, not in the spaces that those homes own. All those homes have carports. They've all got garages. These are just the ones parked on the street. So I want you to remember that if you build these projects and they don't have enough parking, this is what's going to happen to our downtown. This is the spillover of the visitors and the workers in those buildings. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Next is Bob Pejman.
Good evening, Mayor Lane and council members. I'm Bob Pejman on Pejman Gallery, 7130 East Main Street. I'm going to talk about a related topic to the parking situation. French took the example of the parking overflow, but what I want to do is, does this show? Okay. I want to go over what's coming to to the Arts District, and basically, here's a breakdown. These are the new developments that are coming very soon. The Canopy Hilton, being built right now, 176 rooms. The Museum Square Hotel, 190 rooms and a 6,000 square foot restaurant. And they will be holding special events on their premises, by the way. Museum Square also has 4 residential complexes, which constitute 469 bedrooms. And then, on the other side of Goldwater, on Main Street, there's a development called Scottsdale Residences. I went to the open house the other day, 121 units proposed, approximately 180 bedrooms. You add all of this up, it's about 1,000 or more living room, or not living room, bedroom, or where people are going to be living. So you're basically injecting 1,000 plus people into the neighborhood, and it's a small neighborhood. Now, in the future, there's more stuff coming. There's a funky mixed-use development on the corner of First Avenue and Marshall. It's proposed for 23 residential units, 3 large commercial retail spots. And by the way, that lot right now is used as the parking lot for the Coach House, where they park over 100 cars on there, and another restaurant, without naming them, uses it to valet park. So not only if they're going to develop this, they're going to subtract from parking spaces. Plus, every single building in that area now is upzoned to go from 1-story to 3-story. So that's the future. Now, the existing parking inventory. There is the underground museum lot, 130 spaces. You got the Sagebrush lot, 90 spaces. The artist school, I put a big 0 there because it's an absolute insult to them to say that that lot is going to be used for public parking. They have classes and they're always used, or at least mostly used. Then on the north side, we have the First Avenue, 52 spaces. All this looks good until you realize that most of these spaces are used already. They're being spoken for. I've ran into people last weekend, for example, on a Saturday, the museum lot was overflowed. There was no parking space on the street. So if you're counting on these parking spaces to accommodate the 1,000 extra people as an overflow, it's dreamland. This is absolute dreamland. So more parking has to be created downtown, and I'm confident that the city will come up with a plan to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.